1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 fights at or above the 160-pound limit. Um, in my personal opinion, okay, let's start from the beginning. Chavez Jr. posted this to his Instagram. Now, as you can see, it looks official, but is it official? Now, normally you would see somebody's watermark or something along in here somewhere saying, yeah, I did this work. Now, we've heard for about 3 weeks or so now, right around the time, about fight week of Hopkins versus Smith, we heard that this fight was in talks. The reason why I know it was at that time, because when I interviewed Oscar De La Hoya, that wasn't even, nobody thought that this fight could possibly ever be made. And that was the week before Hopkins versus Smith. So when a fighter themselves release something like this, you have to understand they have attorneys, they have managers, promoters. Somebody would say, yo, take that down. And also he, I follow him, on Instagram. And he's one of my favorite boxers, whether you like it or not. So I'm interested to see what he's doing. So he wouldn't post nothing like this, from what I've learned of him, if it wasn't official. Now, when a fight, from what I've learned, is when a fight is official, that means that you get a press release, and that's when the promotional company and or company says some shit like, fight happened on this network and this date at this venue, and so on. For example, it would look something like this. It will look something like this. This comes directly from the PBC. So a fight is never really official, in my personal opinion, until one of these comes out. Now, of course, a boxer, a promoter, a manager, a trainer can say, "Oh yeah, the deal's done." But then that's when people say shit like, "Well, show your source." So you would think that these people would, in this case, Chavez Jr., would be in the know, right? So, hold on, let me turn this off. We've been hearing for like quite some time that a few weeks, what is it, going on a month now or some shit? No, a few weeks, that this fight was in the works at a catch weight of 165 pounds. Now, there's so many questions involving that. Hold on. There's so many questions involving that, on why is the fight at 165 pounds. Didn't you drop your green WBC belt? Basically, let's keep it 100. He gave his belt to Golovkin. Golovkin didn't have to fight nobody to get that belt. That belt went from Canelo to Golovkin. As soon as he dropped it, Golovkin was champion in less than a week or some shit. And it's because you're not a real 160 pounder. But then you once again create your own weight division, and I believe it is now. Okay, I believe it is cruiser super middle Canelo weight. That's the 165-pound division. Now, he dropped his belt to give it basically to Golovkin, and then you fight Chavez Jr. at 165, when fans know that Chavez ass can barely make 168. So many questions are, well, of course, for people who bet on fights. That's why it's called prize fighting. With people who gamble, and all the odds and all that type of shit, they want to know what the rehydration clause is going to be. That's the type of shit that handicappers use to determine, if they feel somebody's going to win or not. What is that rehydration clause going to be? Because if it ain't no rehydration clause, Chavez is going to come in like 195 plus. And then it doesn't help Canelo, in my personal opinion, that Chavez Jr., whether you feel he's shady or not, Chavez Jr. has the best strength and conditioning coach in the business. That is a fact. You know, dude knows all that science about splitting the atoms and all that shit. So the talks was that is like, listen, we don't know how long we can hold this dude from gaining weight. So we got to get these negotiations done real quick so he can be motivated for the fight and we can keep him at a safe weight. So then when it come time for him to, get on the scales, he make weight. So they need to hire somebody, to follow Chavez Jr. ass wherever he goes. I don't care what boxers do outside the ring. That's not what I'm here for anymore. But I want somebody to make sure, they're tailing him, make sure he's not going to get no trepas when he's not supposed to have them. Make sure he's not saying, "Oh, I'm chilling with my homies. Let me smoke this pot." Because he still be doing, crazy shit sometimes. So I want to make sure he got somebody with him like, "Yo, bro, no. Remember, you got to fight." Because he just seemed like one of them guys where nobody can really tell him no, and he just be doing whatever he want. Like we know, we know he can fight, we know he can make weight, but it's just that he just don't be, he be doing other shit, all this shit, So I don't know. We just gonna have to see, man. We're just gonna have to see. I want to see the fight. It's going to be a successful fight. One of the reasons is because you got those two different types of. This is the way I look at it. You got, no disrespect, this is my personal opinion. You got those pretty boy Mexicans that be for Canelo, and then you got the hood Mexicans that be riding with Chavez. But the hood Mexicans still kind of cool with Canelo, But at the same time, they be like, you lost to Lara. I don't believe you lost to Lara, but I'm just saying. But it's going to be like $65.99. They probably fuck around and make it $70. I wouldn't be surprised if it's $80 because they really need Canelo to make as much money as they possibly can. What I've learned is when you want to promote a boxer, right? What are you telling them? What do you think you are telling a boxer? For example, for the people who play Madden or who play NBA 2K, if you one of them people who play like a franchise mode where you got to pick an organization, you got to pick a coach, you got to look at all the contracts and all that shit. And you got to think like, damn, he got bad knees, and I know that I'm gonna get at least 60 games out of him. And basically, let me not confuse you. The point I'm trying to make is when you sign a boxer, or if you would think common sense would tell you, when you sign a boxer, you're selling him dreams. You're telling him, "Oh, yo, you're a motherfucking Mexican legend, and you're only 20 motherfucking 4 or some shit. I'm gonna make you so much money, bro. You're gonna be a pay-per-view star. As a promoter, you gotta fulfill that promise. Your goal is to make your fighter as much money as possible, yet test him every now and then. But the goal is to make him as much money before he fights a fight where he can meet his match or possibly lose." This is what I see that happened with Golovkin. They say, man, we can make some money fighting Golovkin, but not no real money. Let's not forget it was a lawsuit that was a couple of months ago. No, not a couple of months ago. This was back during the summer or something. I got like short-term memory loss and shit. There was a lawsuit with All Star Boxing that Canelo lost like $9 million or some shit like that. So basically, if you really want to look at it, is it safe to say that he lost his purse for the Khan fight and maybe a little more from some other fight or the Cotto fight? So imagine if he would have lost that lawsuit, lost that money, then go in a Golovkin fight and lose. You got a lot of times you got to think like these promoters think. So I can see all the business side of him not fighting Golovkin and everything, but it's like, yo, you don't drop your belt. And we're in a generation now where people or boxing fans literally feel like it's cool to drop your belt. You know, I don't think that's cool. Yo, you're a champion, you know, and you're talking about you're made of this, and champions are made of, it's like you're saying you're a champion and you drop your belt. That don't make no sense to me. Then say we don't fuck around. You dead right. You don't fuck around. You give somebody their belt when they ask you for it. You know. But let me read some of the comments. I've been up since 3 this morning. I'm supposed to be like napping right now. I'm supposed to nap I was supposed to nap from 12:30 to like 4 or some shit. And I'm still up. But I like to fight. If you look at the fact that Chavez is, how tall is Chavez? He's listed at 6'1". So if you look at the fact that Canelo is about 5'7", Chavez has got the height advantage. Chavez has been in and fought larger fighters. And what if Canelo's power don't carry up? You got Chavez Jr. Chavez Jr. don't fight on the back foot. Chavez Jr. will get his face smashed in before he starts backing up. Chavez Jr. just keeps coming forward. So you're going to have Canelo, who we don't see normally, fight on the back foot. What if he don't have the power to keep Golovkin, Chavez off of him? Chavez has been fighting above the 160-pound division for what, 7 years now? Some shit. Yeah. So when you look at Canelo, let's go to Canelo real quick. Where's he at? So as I was saying, look, this was his first fight at 160. 2009. Let's see if he ever went up. He's got some catchweight fights, but the point I'm trying to make is he's used to taking punches from bigger guys. And if you really look at the Fonfara fight, his ass quit. He went back to his corner and quit because he realized that his power and him being the bully wasn't working. He kept trying to bully Fonfara, and he was throwing some hard shots and he was tagging Fonfara, but that shit wasn't hurting Fonfara. So that's when they said, all right, you got to fight at 168 now, bro. He missed the weight for this fight. Let's not forget. Remember, it was a catchweight once he missed this weight, and then this weight was 169. They gave him a little slack, but they said, all right, just show you can make 168. So when you look at Canelo, it makes you wonder, like, I understand Canelo hit hard, but in usually these cases, for example, we all know he bullied old Shane Mosley. He was bigger than Jose Zito Lopez. He was the bigger puncher. Austin Trout was doing a good job boxing Canelo. He was doing a good job boxing Canelo, but he didn't have that one shot to keep Canelo off of him. Of course, you don't even have to talk about that. And Gula was just slow and just kept eating all those uppercuts, wasn't doing nothing. Erislandy Lara showed, just like Floyd Mayweather, that the movement, but Erislandy Lara, in my personal opinion, didn't vary up the punches. He didn't throw enough punches. It would be jab, straight left, jab, 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 left. Get on my bike around the ring. James Kirkland, he was fighting off of another layoff. He's fighting Cotto now. Miguel Cotto just got bullied and he wasn't the same. It's like that was a fight where we saw that Miguel Cotto didn't have the power. And then Amir Khan, oh Christ. We all know what happened with that. So, and then Liam Smith, who just was undermatched. But if we saw Liam Smith couldn't take Canelo's power. Liam Smith was trying to land some. Let me drink some water. That's why I sit on a horse. Liam Smith was trying. Now, go back and watch that fight. You were seeing that if Liam Smith had the skills, he would have had and was able to protect his body more. He would have possibly went the distance. I said he's gonna win, but he was landing some shots on Canelo. So I'm wondering if this, if that power is going to carry up. And I think that's a logical argument. And I know motherfuckers going to argue with me and shit, saying, man, Canelo's going to just beat him to the body like a drum. That's what people have been saying. He's going to beat him to the body like a drum. So, yeah, it's not official yet. Not official yet. But from all signs, it's looking like it's done. From all signs, it's looking like it's done. So now the question is, here's another crazy scenario. What if Canelo beats Chavez and then say, come on, Golovkin, you got to come up to 165 to fight me now. You got all great champions moved up. Now you got to move up. What if he pull that shit? I'm going to start cracking the fuck up. What if he pull that shit, yo? What if he pull that shit? You got to come to 165. You know, I'm too small to move down. I'm a super middle junior Canelo weight now. Some shit like that. You know? But yeah. I mean, the fight overall is good for boxing. It's going to bring, you know, some excitement. And then who don't want to see that fight? In my personal opinion, Chavez Jr. can ruin the Canelo Golovkin plans. No matter what you say about Chavez, did you notice Chavez ratings? Chavez always pull numbers for some reason. I'm not gonna say for some reason, you know, he's popular. And plus, you know, his pop is motherfucking Chavez. So Chavez pulled numbers. Just know that his pop gonna be there, it brings in numbers. But I don't think that Chavez is gonna have no problem making weight. He didn't make weight. I mean, it's not like he hasn't fought at 160. We all know that one of the reasons why he had to move to 168 is because or when he tried to move to 168 in whatever, it's always because of something outside the ring involving him and involving maturity. For example, we know that he don't like going to the gym. He keeps trying to just get up randomly and just train all kind of days in his yard and in his basement. You know, he want to play video games early in the morning, eating Apple Jacks, and then be like, you know what? I ain't doing shit right now. This game is whack. They cheating. we go train real quick. Show people I'm in the gym. I'm staying in shape while I'm home. Come on, bro. That's one of the main things that trainers been having trouble with him with. It's like, why do you keep trying to train at home, man? Why you keep trying to train on your time? Show some, you know, get on the schedule. And they told you to stop eating that dumb shit. Yeah, Chavez be husky in the ring. But I like Chavez Jr., man. I was really, really hurt when Fonfara did that, man. Even though Chavez quit, I was hurt. It'd be fighters like that I just be rooting for. I'd be like, come on, Chavez, man. Get your shit together, bro. Starting the stream from the beginning. Yeah, I mean, this stream I actually went into everything. When they played one song and then I went straight into everything. So basically, I don't feel like repeating myself. And I said this was going to be a half an hour stream. So therefore, guess what? We're ending in like 7 minutes. You know, so I wanted to talk about one subject. You know, so we're not talking about nothing else, and I'm going to enjoy the rest of my new year. The website is coming at the end of the put it this way, it's out of my hands. The web developer has said he needed another week. It's out of my hands. You know, so I was planning on doing all the website stuff this week because I got a whole bunch of articles and all this stuff I got to upload. You know, so basically I've been just playing video games and, you know, watching movies and just chilling with my pop. You know, buying a house. So moving and like hopefully we can close soon. So yeah, just a quick wrap up. The catch weight is supposed to be 165. The date is supposed to be May 6th on HBO pay-per-view. We don't know what the rehydration clause is yet. No, it's not completely official yet. What else? There's no venue. It's going to be interesting to see if it's going to be a venue. Also, if that fight is fully finalized on that date, then that means that Mayweather's not coming back just yet, or we don't, or maybe HBO can say fuck him. We don't care if he come back. You know. Alex Vargas says, if this is official, this is the issue Golden Boy will have used to avoid Golovkin and set up a trilogy between Canelo versus Chavez. Could be. Canelo versus Chavez is a fight that should happen, and it should have happened, but it's a good thing that it is happening, because right now they're the two top Mexican the two top young Mexican boxers that are basically are within the same weight limit that can fight each other. What two top names right now that are at their age that are bigger than Canelo and Chavez? I'm talking about Mexican fighters at their age that can be pay-per-view. Even Maris versus Santa Cruz wasn't pay-per-view worthy, but that was that's a Mexican fight that we needed. So I'm happy it's happening. It is good for boxing. It's just that Jesus, I be swallowing. I gotta get this beard under control. I be swallowing pieces of my beard. What I do is I'll comb it. Little pieces be coming out. But also, Canelo can lose. We got 5 minutes left. Canelo can lose. I really don't feel comfortable thinking that his power can keep Chavez Jr. off of him when Chavez Jr. has been hit by so many fighters above the 60-pound limit. Yeah, and let's not forget, Chavez Jr. did take Sergio Martinez's career. Sergio Martinez was whooping Chavez Jr. face. He was beating the shit out of his face. And then, he got slow. He got in that corner that one time. All it takes is one. You do not want to be in the corner against either Chavez or Canelo. Because one thing, if you notice about Chavez, is he don't really gas out. Not doing like maybe because he don't be making weight. So what you notice is if you get into a corner on the ropes against Chavez, did you notice that he starts letting go? He don't reset. He don't do no shit like, well, he'll back off. Chavez just keep going. He start going hard to the body. Then he'll throw a mean right hooks up there. So, I'm wondering who's going to be on the back foot. Chavez Jr. don't fight on the back foot. Canelo don't fight on the back foot. They're going to be right there. For some reason, man, I just had this vision, this premonition that Canelo just knocked the fuck out. I don't want to see that, man. I'm going with Chavez, by the way, if you can tell. But I just had this vision, man, this little flash, and I just saw Canelo just knocked out. This cinnamon sprinkled all over the ring. You hit it, all this cinnamon fly out his pockets. All these cinnamon stuff fly out of his pockets and shit, getting the people's eyes. I'm sorry. It might happen. It might happen. It might happen. But another thing about Canelo is he doesn't really, how can I put it? He fights in bursts. Canelo fights in bursts. For example, let's go back. Let's go back one more time. Let's go back one more time. If you look at like all these fights, right? Where's a fight where he actually like really, really outworked his opponent outside of knocking him out? I mean, he's an effective puncher. He's accurate. But Amir Khan was outboxing him. But of course, we all knew. See, going into that fight, I think we all knew, or we should have known that, oh yeah, Amir Khan going to be outboxing him. Amir Khan going to use the hand speed, and then he's going to just get knocked the fuck out. So we knew that part. Miguel Cotto, this was the closest to a boxer he's fought, of course, since Erislandy Lara. So Miguel Cotto, we saw that he can hang in there with boxing skills. The Erislandy Lara fight showed us that he can have some trouble cutting off the ring. He can cut off the ring, but it takes him some time to get there. And we saw that he has to rely on you to slow down a little bit. Floyd Mayweather just showed him all levels to life. And then Austin Trout, even though this is an old fight, Austin Trout was showing him, like kind of, you can't say the blueprint, but basically we knew that if he was having a trouble with Austin Trout, we already knew he was going to lose this fight. Austin Trout was giving him a little bit of a boxing lesson in several rounds. So I don't know. Just like I didn't feel comfortable that he would beat Golovkin. We'll stay on for another 15 minutes. Just like I didn't feel comfortable he was going to beat Golovkin. I still don't. Because Golovkin can not only box, but Golovkin can move and he can jab. But what do you come on, I'm sure Canelo's been a star for quite some time now. I'm sure as hardcore fans, I'm sure we've I'm in a rush. I'm trying to play some 2K. I'm not supposed to be doing a stream right now. I'm supposed to be chilling. As I said, once again, I'll explain it in like 2 minutes or less. The website is coming. Once the website is here, I'm not going to have a life. So it was a blessing in a way that the website wasn't ready this week, because I ended my Christmas early to get back to launch the website, and it wasn't done. So it's done as far as I can upload and post stuff, but he's doing some old mumbo jumbo, making sure it's fast on mobile and all that type, So, it's coming, but once it's launched, it's like, yo, that's a 24-hour job, man. So, and then I got to do videos at the same time. So I'm chilling. So I've been playing video games all week. All I got to do is make it through tomorrow. I didn't do shit all week. This is the first week in like 3 years, maybe 2 years plus, where I didn't do shit and I wasn't sick. So I'm not supposed to be doing this. So, like I said, the website will be launched next week, and then of course it's going to be a stream, a flood of content, and then I'm going to be doing the videos at the same time. Nobody, like every single piece of boxing news, I got to do a video on. So let's get back to Golovkin versus Canelo. I'm wondering if Canelo does good against Chavez at 165, what if he stays at 165? I mean, what if he just, starts working his way from there to 168, and then eventually he'll probably get to maybe 180 pounds? What weight would that be? That would be light heavy. No, that would be light middle heavy Canelo weight. Cruiser? I don't know. But I'm wondering, like, what if he tell Golovkin, like I said earlier, like real champions move up. I moved up, you move up now to fight me. I'm sure Golovkin would have moved up. If Golovkin wasn't fighting Jacobs, I'm sure they would have tried to take that Chavez Jr. fight. I'm sure they would have said 165 and okay, we'll move up for that. Medium middleweight. That's what I'm saying. We don't know, because Canelo, he don't. You saw he had to get butt ass naked to make that common man's 154. Canelo make his own weight class. So I'm wondering, man. I'm wondering. I want to see the fight, but I'm scared Canelo gonna get knocked out. Can I be entitled to that opinion? Is that far-fetched? Is it too far-fetched to see Canelo getting knocked out? I can visual. I'm looking. I'm thinking, like, I see him getting knocked out. I see him maybe on the ropes and taking a body shot. Yo, listen. You know how big that weight and that height advantage is going to be? Canelo is 5'7" at best. Let's say he comes into the ring at like 185. Chavez Jr. going to be like, okay, I'm coming in at 197. And then Chavez Jr. being over 6 feet tall. Chavez is going to be huge in there. Yes, Canelo got hurt by Miguel Cotto. Jose Miguel Cotto, the brother of Miguel Cotto. You know, when he did this old thing with his leg. Let me find it real quick. Let me find it real quick. In fact, I'll put it on my Instagram. So I'm worried about Canelo. Like when I'm talking about this, it's not like I'm just talking crazy shit. Chavez Jr. is huge and he's got a chin. So can Canelo keep Chavez Jr. off of him? Isn't that simple shit? This simple shit. You know, what if Chavez like, oh snap, like take one of them hooks and like, oh that shit ain't nothing. Just start walking him down. And you know, and then you know Canelo, he's not going to fight in more than 3-punch burst. So Canelo will throw some what is it? What is this sound technical, you know, accurate shit. And then Canelo will take a break, start backing up. You got Chavez coming forward. I don't know, man. But that's what we're talking about. It's about if Golden Boy, put it this way. I said it earlier in the video, and I'll say it again because it's a crucial factor. Chavez Jr. has the best strength and conditioning coach in boxing. Period. So they wanted the negotiations to go smoothly and quickly because they don't want Chavez Jr. to get out of the condition he's in now so they can keep him at a steady weight. So by the time the weigh-in comes, he won't be drained and he won't have to hydrate too much. So I guess they're trying to keep him around right now, whatever that rehydration clause is. So let's say you can't come into the ring or nobody can come into the ring at more than, because remember, that rehydration may hinder Canelo too. If people are saying Canelo's coming into the ring, you know, at 175 plus. So they may say, well, you know, rehydration clause, we're going to talk about it behind the scenes, but we're not going to put it, like, I guess, legally in the contract. I don't know. I don't want to get into the legal mumbo jumbo. But if they say no more, you can't come into the ring no more than 180. They may be trying to keep Chavez. They probably saying to Chavez, okay, listen, we're going to keep you at one. Make sure your walking weight don't get anywhere above 190. You know, and if the rehydration 160, I mean, if the rehydration if the weigh-in is at 165, you know, then we want to make sure we keep you at a weight where you don't gain too much weight. And it's not a problem for when you walk in that ring at a certain weight because you already was walking around at it before or close to it. So it all depends on how you look at it. There shouldn't be a fight day weight because there's no belt on the line. There shouldn't be a fight day weight because there's no belt on the line. That's what I'm saying. We don't know about the rehydration. We don't know about none of this shit yet. But I think that for the amount of people who gamble on boxing, and there's a lot of people who still do, I think that's something that they should know. It's like, okay, yeah, I know Chavez can, you know, put a hurting on Canelo, but how healthy is he going to be coming into the ring? I need to know that information. You know, I need to know that information. You know. So now I'm wondering, you know, like, where does this put the Golovkin fight? I mean, Golden Boy's promised us that we was going to get the Golovkin fight this year. So therefore, that's leaving September. So basically, after Golovkin versus Jacobs, then Golovkin's got to really push them, and he's got to be at, which I'm sure he will because it's HBO. He's got to be at Canelo versus Chavez, and he's got to say, I'm going to fight the winner at any weight. And then what's going to happen is you're going to have a whole bunch of people clowning him, or you're going to move up to 165 for them, but you would move up to yada, yada, yada. But the thing is, that's what he's got to do. You know, that's what he's got to do. You know? So we really gonna have it's so many different factors that you got to take into account. We're gonna be here for another 8 minutes, and then I'm really cutting this off. There's so many things you got to take into account. But like I said, I say it again, man. I got a bad feeling for Canelo. It's gonna be a big money fight for him to take that risk. You know, I'm interested to see like how well it's gonna do. People are saying 1.5 million pay-per-view buys and all that. It's not impossible. It's not impossible. You know, just Chavez Jr. and Canelo name together, just their name, you know, it's going to generate a lot of money. You know? Don't be surprised if you start seeing, silhouettes of Chavez Sr. in the back of all the posters. They got to sell his name too. Chavez Sr. gonna be doing interviews with everybody. So trust me. Hey man, it's just my opinion, man. Why y'all be slicing me for my opinion? We're not gonna always agree. It's some days you're gonna hate my guts, and it's some days I'm gonna always hate your guts. But it's just my opinion. It's just my damn opinion, you know. Nah, y'all can't join this live chat. Y'all gonna be able to join soon, when the podcast launches. But right now, I can't. Like I'm mentally, I'll be meditating and shit. I'm mentally and spiritually preparing my life for this whole website takeover shit. So after this is over, I am going to play some video games. I'm gonna until I fall asleep. So I haven't done anything all week. That nothing really productive. This is like really a vacation. This is like really a vacation. What's up, Mo Ash? Your name is Mo Ash? You need some fucking shea butter, bro. Get that shea butter. No, the fight is not done. No, it's not done. It's not done yet. It's not going to really be done until, like I said, like you see it on Golden Boys, Twitter. Oh, another factor is they working with the big guy again. Chavez Jr. is advised by Al Heyman. Amir Khan was too. This is a good sign, yo. And remember, now you got Danny Jacobs who's fighting Golovkin on HBO. That whole Cold War shit is over. I mean, there's still, how Richard Schaefer's going to factor in. And then you got Bob Arum not working with Golden Boy now. And you got Bob Arum working with Al Heyman now. But you don't have Richard Schaefer and Bob Arum doing fights now. But still, for the most part, no, once again, I'll explain it in 2 minutes or less. The website is not done. It's done as far as I can post stuff, but it's not like optimized or some shit like that. So when you go to it, you'll see it says under construction. I can see it and I can see the work that he's doing, but you can't see it. So basically I posted some screenshots on my Instagram a while to show you that yes, I have a website. But he's just making sure. Basically what I've learned is majority of the people or visitors are going to be viewing from mobile. So even though it's going to look really nice and high tech on desktop, where you'll be able to use all the features, on mobile is where we have to make sure everything runs smooth, like all the swiping and all that stuff. No matter if you got 4G or your broke ass still got 3G. So I hear that's like a lot of work. So we'll leave it at that. So I'm supposed to be working on a website this week, and now that I have this big block of time, I've been just trying to glide through this week because we know the holiday is on Monday or Sunday, and I haven't been doing shit. Yeah, he told me to blame him. I said, listen, people have been giving me a lot of shit about this website. You would think that I'm we're stopping in 4 minutes, that I'm like, trying to like end world hunger or something. They're like, you lying son of a bitch. You said it was going to be on this day. You ain't shit, man. Keep lying to your fans and all that. It's like, yo, bro, chill out. So just chill out. Like the hardest part of everything is done. So I realized that there's no free time. There's always something you got to put on your web. There's always something. So you know how many articles that's got to be written and all that every day? Y'all tripping. All that stuff that's got to be uploaded. Then we're selling tickets, and then all that data entry of updating rankings and all that. Just y'all tripping. Y'all better cut me some slack. So I'm enjoying this week, and starting on Monday, it's just it's and I told him, like if there's any other delays, I got to blame you, and I'm going to blame him even harder next time. Because people, it's not my fault. The shit getting built and it's getting built right. Yeah, I'm really interested to see what Sanders is going to do for his next fight. But we're going to save that for another video. So basically, the goal is in January. It's put it this way. Right now, it's 50-50 on whether I'm going to Jack versus DeGale or not because the website's not done. So if I don't go to the fight, I'll go out there for 1 week. But if I don't go to Jack versus DeGale, then I am definitely going to go to Garcia versus Thurman, which is supposed to be in Barclays, and then Golovkin versus Jacobs is that next week. So I will go to those two if I don't go to Jack versus DeGale, because I still have a sprinkle of local fights I got to get through in January and in February. But if I don't go to Jack versus DeGale, the fight, I will go out there for the final press conference to interview, to try to get at least one question in, with Floyd. So I'll probably go out there maybe for the media workout or most likely the press conference, because he will be at the final press conference. So it all depends. So like I said, just hang in there, man. Please stop judging me, because this website stuff is hard. It's not easy, It's not easy. But I'm getting out of here. Please subscribe. So I won't be doing videos likely again. Who knows? I might do one for New Year's. Who knows? I won't be doing videos again likely until the beginning of the year. Likely that Tuesday, and then it's going to be a constant stream of videos going forward. TstreeT Controversy, TstreeT Controversy Live.